After 10 plus years of coaching and consulting different businesses on how to use YouTube to market their business and brand, we've seen the same mistakes come up over and over again. And if you're doing one or more of these things, you really need to stop because you're hurting your ROI and frankly, your mental health, because some of these things are just downright stressful. Hey, it's Arit here from Essetinomedia. I'm a YouTube for Business strategy coach, and our company helps manage a handful of YouTube channels as well. There are 7 mistakes that I want to talk about in this video, and we're going to talk about them in order of least to most detrimental. So let's get started. Number 1 is comparing yourself to other ultra successful YouTube channels. This is a mistake because when you compare your channel, who might just be starting out or maybe in a beginner stage or intermediate stage of your journey, and you're looking at these other YouTube channels with millions of views and engagement on their channel, you're gonna very much feel discouraged and disappointed that you're not getting the same level of engagement or even a small percentage of that engagement. And so then the mindset becomes, if I can't achieve that, then what's the point? Like, my videos aren't being seen. But here's what you might not know. 90% of YouTube channels don't even reach 10,000 subscribers. YouTube has over 100 million channels at the time of filming this video. A certain portion of those channels show up in your home feed. Those videos that you're comparing yourself that do show up in the home feed are actually the rare exceptions to what you can achieve in terms of results on YouTube. You're seeing the top 5% of the channels that get millions or hundreds of thousands of views on their video. And so it's giving you this false view of what success actually looks like on YouTube. So what's a better way to gauge success? Well, we always tell our clients to compare your results or your stats with your own channel. Compare yourself to yourself. You want to compare your metrics to your channel's past performance. And from there, you're able to see, was there growth? Was there no growth? This is a better way to measure success because your main focus is, did I grow over time, not these unrealistic benchmarks. And also, there's so many different variables involved. If you're comparing yourself to another channel, they're in a completely different industry. Maybe they already have an email list. Maybe they've been doing this for like 12 years. There's so many other things that you're not seeing behind those views. And so when you compare your results, let's say of the past month to the past 3 months or even the past year, you're controlling for a certain level of variables because you're comparing yourself to yourself. And you're also able to better gauge whether, again, like I mentioned, you're moving forward or things are staying stagnant or maybe they're getting worse. And that information is going to better serve you to know what moves to make next. All right, the second mistake we see people make all the time is overcomplicating the filming process. So what this looks like is thinking you need this elaborate filming setup, these multiple outfit changes. You need a makeup artist to come do you up. You got the most expensive equipment. You got the backdrop, the perfect backdrop for every single video. I was talking to one of our clients and I was asking her, when are you going to film your next batch of videos? And she was like, oh, I don't know, because it ends up being this whole thing. I have to book my videographer and I have to pick out my outfits and figure out what I'm going to wear. And in my mind, I'm saying, well, then why are you doing it that way then, right? I didn't actually say that to her out loud. What I did say was, it sounds like you're making it hard on yourself. What's something that you could do to simplify the process so that it doesn't stand in the way of you creating these videos, so that it doesn't stand in the way of you being consistent with creating these videos? And you really don't have to overcomplicate the process. I think somewhere along the lines, people see those ultra successful channels and they see the level of production that they use in those videos and they're like, well, I need to have that level of production in order to be successful. But this is further from the truth. Everyone starts somewhere, right? Like when we first started out, I was just filming videos in I had my closet as my backdrop, the white closet, and it was just with my webcam. And I even still film videos nowadays with my webcam and my USB mic. I do it in my office. And then sometimes I'll switch it up with shoots like this, where it's more of a full day setup to batch a whole bunch of content at once. And you got to go with whatever serves your consistency and your output. If doing a big setup like this doesn't work for you, just record videos at home, record videos using Zoom, record videos using your phone. Use what you have and focus on delivering value. Your audience cares more about what you say rather than the perfection of the optics. This isn't Instagram. People care less about the optics here. They just want to learn from you on YouTube. Okay, mistake number 3 is that we see a lot of people focusing on the wrong metrics. Sometimes I come across entrepreneurs who all they look at, the only thing that they look at is how many views did I get on that video? And yes, we all love views. Views are important, but you got to ask yourself, why do you want those views? Why are those views important to you? And then, they'll say, well, because I want to get more visibility so that I can sell more of my service. And then I'm like, okay, well then it's not about the number of views. It's not about getting 10,000 views on a video. It's about getting the right views to those videos, the right viewers that are more likely to sign up for that service with you, right? I will take less than 50 views on a video any day if it's from the right people over a video with 10,000 views from just people in general that aren't necessarily going to be part of my world. And after 10 plus years of coaching people through YouTube and using YouTube to grow their business, I can tell you that the main metrics are not focusing on views and subscribers. That doesn't necessarily equal more revenue or more email subscribers. The number of people that you get to click on that link, that's what matters from YouTube. The number of people who opted into your email list, that's what matters. So it's really, you want to focus on the right metrics, because if you're focusing on the wrong metrics, you could be totally left astray and following a carrot that leads you down a different path and a different strategy. Okay, the 4th mistake that we see happens all the time is not optimizing your links in your video descriptions. So what do I mean by optimizing? Actually, it's not even optimizing. Sometimes it's not even including. We see people not even including their links in the description. So that's the first step, is if you have a call to action in the video, make sure you're actually including the link in the video description so that you can guide them to where you want them to go. But when it comes to optimizing the links, what we see often is that people, the link will either not be clickable because they didn't put the HTTP in front of the link. If you don't do that, if you just start with www or whatever the URL is, it's not going to be clickable. Sometimes we also see the link being like way further down the description, or it's buried in a list of links, or it's just not really clear what that link is or where it goes to because there's no call to action text before the link. And when you do this, you miss opportunities to guide your viewers to your lead magnet, to opt into your email list, to check out your product or your service. So make sure your most important links are at the top of your description, that they're relevant to the video, and make them easy to spot. Okay, mistake number 5 is underestimating the power of titles and thumbnails. So sometimes we see people treating their video titles and their thumbnails more like an afterthought, rather than not really seeing that that is the packaging for the video. That is what makes someone click on the video to watch it. Sometimes they'll title videos according to the topic of whatever they're talking about, but we really encourage them to think about titling the videos in a way that either is a hook, meaning it grabs attention, it speaks directly to who you want to target, or it's a search term. It's basically what someone is typing into the search engine to find your video. And same with your thumbnail. It's got to be attention grabbing. It has to spark curiosity. So really improving your skill, or whoever's working on your thumbnails, really improving your team member's skill in understanding what makes people click. What is the psychology behind design that is going to capture attention immediately? And I do have another video on the channel that talks about tips for great thumbnail design, which I'll include in the description below. A good quick place to start, if you're not brand new to YouTube and you've been, I'd say, posting on your channel for at least 90 days, is to look at your analytics. Go into your YouTube analytics and just take a look at your click-through rate. It'll show up as CTR and it's a percentage. So take a look at which videos have a high click-through rate, because what you want to do is identify any sort of patterns across those videos That's telling you people are clicking on those thumbnails. They're engaging, they're capturing attention. And if you can identify certain patterns across them, you want to do more of that moving forward in your thumbnail design. Okay, the next mistake, number 6, is not having a system for consistently releasing videos on the channel. So if you're winging it every time you make a video and you're just like scrambling last minute to get a video up, or if you have these like waves of filming and batching content and then releasing videos on the channel, but then again, you run out of time. You don't have enough videos lined up to keep releasing videos after that. You really need to have a system down for continuously releasing videos on the channel. That inconsistency on the platform makes it really hard to build momentum, makes it hard to build an audience, and it's number 6, meaning it's one of the most detrimental mistakes that I'm sharing here in this video with you, because this is a foundational piece. If you're not able to work that muscle and have a system for batch producing content, batch planning, filming, all of that, then it's going to really end up hurting you. I have one video that just talks a lot about our workflow from end to finish, from planning to release, that you can follow along and really just adopt our system for batch producing videos. So I'll share that link in the description below so you can check that out. Okay, and number 7, which is the biggest mistake that you need to know about, is neglecting content strategy. You don't want to be posting videos randomly on your channel, hoping it's going to yield results for you. Sometimes I find that happens a lot with social media. People treat YouTube like another social media platform, and they're just like, oh, I need to create content. I just need to release content. But if it's not strategic, you're just wasting your time. You're investing all of your time and effort into something that's not going to yield results for you. Why is it not going to yield results? Well, if you aren't being intentional with what type of video are you creating so that it attracts the right viewers, so that it aligns with the action that you want them to take, then it's not going to work, right? You're going to be releasing videos on topics that might even confuse the algorithm in terms of knowing what your channel is about. When I plan a batch of videos, I'm very clear on what action I want my viewers to take. And so I reverse engineer that and I work backwards and ask myself what topics align with this action. And again, I'm going to say this again, I have a full video that dives deep into content strategy specifically for business growth. I'll link to that in the description below as well. So how many of these are you doing? Is it 1, 2, 3? Hopefully not more than 3. Share it with me in the comments below. And if you'd like some guidance in building a custom strategy for your business, a custom YouTube strategy, you can reach out to me for a call so we can get connected. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.